Look, when I say Xbox has no games, what I'm really saying is Xbox has no exclusive games. We say Xbox has no games because basically I'm a troll and it makes the Xbox community upset because I think it's just really funny to see how upset some of you guys get over plastic in video games. But that being said, today's story is really not going to help the narrative of Xbox having no games because they just uninstalled one of the few exclusives that they do have. Let's talk about it. What's going on, beautiful people? The Black Hokage here, aka TBH, and to be honest, Xbox has just lost one of the few exclusives that they actually had on their platform, and it's a shame to see. But before we get into that, friendly reminder, I am giving away a free Xbox Series X. That is Microsoft's next-gen console. Although they don't have any games, you could look at the console or you could just sell it or get the Game Pass or something like that. So if you want to get your hands on a free next-gen console from Microsoft, 4K capable, 120 frames, click that link in the description box below, pause this video, sign up for the giveaway, and then come back and you can get yourself a free Xbox Series X. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about today's news story. Slow news day today, but I got a quick one for you guys. And I sat there and read this article and I was just sitting there like, Microsoft, well, it's not actually Microsoft's fault. It's actually Ninja Theory, but Microsoft takes the L for it as well because they're losing another exclusive off their platform. So I was just sitting there like, Microsoft, Ninja Theory, baby, what is you doing? So according to Polygon, Ninja Theory shuts down the development of Bleeding Edge and the studio will now focus on the Hellblade sequel as well as 2 unnamed projects. Development has ended on Bleeding Edge less than a year after the multiplayer Melee Battler launched on Windows PC and Xbox One. Steam charts counted the game's PC playership at an average of 480 people at its launch month on March 2020, and it's dwindled ever since. And it really shouldn't have been like this because Ninja Theory is a great developer and Microsoft is a huge company, so I don't even understand what happened, especially because this was crossplay between the Xbox and the PC. You mean to tell me it was on 2 different platforms where everybody could play with one another and the most that were on the server was 400 people? So Ninja Theory, the studio behind the game, released a statement about the shutting down of the game, and because I'm an asshole, I have to put the sad music on and do my dramatic reading. Cue the music. Listen, with the studio now focusing on new projects like Senua's Saga, Project Mara, and the Insight Project, we've decided that there will no longer further be content updates for Bleeding Edge. The game is still playable. It's still playable. It's still playable on the Xbox and PC. Thank you to the fans, and keep teaming up and causing chaos.
The strength of the Xbox exclusives will now be stripped away.
Fortunately, we have a product for people who aren't able to get some form of connectivity. It's called Xbox 360.
Niggas is wild.
Listen, man, jokes aside, I play Bleeding Edge for those of you unaware. If you come through to the streams at twitch.tv/theblack-hokage, you will remember when this game first came out in March, which by the way, this came out in March 2020. This game has not even been out a year. So shame on you, Microsoft, for not supporting it enough. And that's actually what I'm going to get at. I streamed this game when it first came out. So I actually played it. I have hands-on experience with it. And I can say that Bleeding Edge, it honestly was not a bad game. If I had to rate it, it was like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. It had potential. I think the problem with this game was it just launched and it didn't launch with enough content. I think it launched with only like 3 or 4 maps. For those of you unaware, it's basically something like kind of like an Overwatch. It was a team-based objective game where like it had a bunch of different heroes and characters with abilities and you had to cap different objectives. It was pretty fun to play, but the problem was it just didn't launch with a lot of characters. It didn't launch with a lot of maps. It didn't launch with like a lot of like skins. It didn't really give you any type of reason to play. It just kind of felt very bare bones and it felt like an afterthought for Microsoft. So I say shame on them. I don't even blame Ninja Theory. It feels like Microsoft didn't put enough money behind actually promoting this game. Most of you probably didn't even know this game existed and that it was an exclusive to the Xbox platform as well as PC, because you know every exclusive that's on Xbox also comes to PC. But that's the point. Microsoft, you hardly have any exclusives. So I don't understand why you didn't push this game. If they pushed it a little bit harder, and I think if they saw the servers were healthy, I think it would entice Ninja Theory to put more backing behind this game. But I guess the good news in all this is, even though they are no longer going to be doing content drops on it, at least they're going to leave the servers on. They'll probably leave it on for like another 6 months to like a year, and then they're going to shut it down. And the faster the community dies, which will probably be really quickly now that they've acknowledged they're not going to update the game anymore. They're probably going to shut down the servers real soon. And it's just a shame to see that Microsoft doesn't have any games. In the one game that you had on your platform, all you had to do was support and push it. But instead, they let it just randomly come out. They didn't promote it, and it just died on the side of the road. And most of you probably don't even know the game existed. That's what's really sad about all this. So shame on Microsoft for uninstalling your own game. You guys need to get it together. The Xbox Series X, I have it. I'm playing Immortals Phoenix Rising on it over at twitch.tv/theblack-Hokage. It's a powerful console. It runs the game very smoothly, but like it's completely useless if you only play multiplats. The Xbox is cool, but it's like, why would you get it when you can get a PS5 for the exclusives as well as the multiplats? Granted, the PS5 doesn't have any exclusives now, but at least we know we have some coming down the pipeline. We don't even know what the hell is coming for the Xbox. You see what I'm saying? So rest in peace to Ninja Theory's Bleeding Edge. It's funny because it bled out. The jokes fucking write themselves, right? They write themselves. Hopefully Microsoft can get it together. Let me know in the comment section, did you guys actually get a chance to play Bleeding Edge? If you did, what did you think of it? And then also let me know in the comments, did you even know this game existed? Because that's funny if you didn't. But that being said, sign up for the Xbox Series X giveaway. Link in the description box below. You got a few days left for the January giveaway before we start the February one. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed the content, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.